Okay, let's take a look at this problem. We got my tablet real slow, but eventually it'll come. There it goes. Okay, so we got x minus 2 to the 2/3 power is equal to 49. Now what we want to do is, if you got the entire side to a power like this, you're going to raise both sides to the reciprocal. So we got x minus 2 to the 2/3 power. Now what the reciprocal means fraction flipped. So the 2/3 becomes 3/2. So we're taking both sides to the 3/2 power. Okay, now when we do that, we do that so that these are going to cancel away. But we have something else we have to put in here. When you got an even number on top, this is before you take both sides to the power. I'm doing this with my mouse, so you have to excuse this slowness. What the even number means is you're going to put a plus or minus on the other side. What I mean by that is right here on the other side where the number is, we're going to need to put a plus or minus. Now if I have an odd number up on top, like if I have this as 1/3, then you do not put the plus or minus. It's only when you got an even number up on top. And again, this is before you take both sides to a power. Okay, and again, the reason I said you take both sides of the reciprocal is because these numbers will cancel, and then the 3's will cancel. And we're left with x minus 2 equals plus or minus. Now this 49 to the 2/3, or 49 to the 3/2, let's talk about that. I'm going to give you the steps. This is a number to a fractional power. So we got a number to a fractional power. Numerator is greater than 1. Step 1. Put the numerator on the outside of a set of parentheses. Step 2. Rewrite what is inside the parentheses in radical form. Step 3. Simplify the radical. And step 4. Simplify what is left. Okay, number to a fractional power. Put the numerator on the outside of a set of parentheses. What I mean by that is, I could just curse with this pen. Okay, there we go. We got 49 to the 1/2 power raised to the 3rd power. So again, we take the number and numerator, the 3, this right here, put it on the outside of a set of parentheses. Now when you do that, we're left with a 1 here. That's our first step. Second step says rewrite what is inside the parentheses in radical form. So this becomes x minus 2 is equal to plus or minus, and then the square root of 49 to the 1st power. And that's still the 3rd power on the outside there. Now how I do that is whatever number's up on top here, this 1, that's going to come right here and be your power. Whatever number's in your denominator right here, that's going to come and be in this slot. That's called your index. Which means I'm going to have x, wrong color. Change back to black. Okay, I'm going to have x minus 2 is equal to plus or minus, and that's just simply the square root of 49 over 3. Okay, step 3, simplify the radical. Square root of 49 is 7, so I'm going to have 7, and then the third power carries down. Step 4, simplify what's left. 7 times 7 is 49, times another 7, 28, 343. So we get 343. And we're solving for x, so I'll go ahead and take the negative 2 over the right side and it becomes a positive 2. Now we got another note. Let me go ahead and, instead of just saying it, let me type it up. It says, and this is applies to anytime we have a radical, if the radical disappears and there is no imaginary part, no I, then split it into a plus version and a minus version. Now this specifically applies when you got a plus or minus symbol in your problem. Okay, our radical disappeared. We don't have an I, so we want to split this into a plus version and a minus version. So I can get my pen to work. Okay, what that means is we're going to have x is equal to 2 plus 343, and we'll have x is equal to 2 minus 343. 2 plus 343 is 345. Oh, this is horrible. 2 minus 343 is negative 341. Okay, now we want to check our answers. Whenever you raise both sides to a power, you have to check your answers. If I put 345 up here, 345 minus 2 is 343. Cube root of 343 is 7. 7 squared is 49, so that checks. So that's our first answer. If I put in negative 341, negative 341 minus 2 is negative 343. Cube root of that is negative 7, and negative 7 squared does give us 49. So both of those check, so those would be our answers. Now I showed you how to find 49 to the 3/2 power by hand. Let me show you how to do it on the calculator. Let me get my calculator loaded here. This is if you're good with technology. If you stink at technology, you probably just want to do it by hand. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to do a clear. If you're in something, do a second mode to exit out. That exits you out of anything. And we said we want to do 49 to the 3/2 power. So do 49 caret, beginning parentheses, 3 divided by 2, closing parentheses, and then enter. Notice how we went from 49 to the 3/2 and we came up with 343. So I could have went directly from here down to here to get that. The trick to it is if you have more than a single number or a single variable in your exponent, you have to put parentheses around it. So that's why I put parentheses around the 3/2. And anyway, that's how you would work a problem of that type.